yeah, today's session is just focused on self, new moon vibes, setting new intentions and just setting new vibes really, new energy bursts, etc. So hopefully you're all ready to go now and you found comfortable seated positions on your mat, on your carpet, at home, in the garden. I've got my dog with me today. Hopefully he'll stay off the mat. Lovely. So find a comfortable seated position with your hands down on the knees. And if it feels good for you today, you can close the eyes. Just give yourself some time to really sink into where you are today. That full body awareness. Notice how you're feeling, if there's tension in the hips from crossing your legs, if your knees aren't quite close to the mat just yet. It's about accepting your body where you are. So your hands are down onto the knees. Just take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Open the mouth and sigh out. Again, take a nice deep breath in through the nose. And you're opening your mouth to sigh out. 2 more times at your own speed, taking a nice gentle breath in. Last time, nice deep breath in. Excellent. I want to try a new technique today where you're going to be placing your right hand down onto your tummy and your left hand at your chest, or just below or just above your heart. And again, you're going to take deep breaths in, but I want you to notice how when you take a deep breath in, the tummy inflates and expands, the chest rises. And as you exhale, the tummy deflates and the chest lowers down to the heart center. It feels great when you do this and close your eyes. Just you're noticing what happens unconsciously all the time. Filling the air with lungs, fresh new oxygen, and exhaling. Hopefully you feel a bit more grounded, a bit more peaceful now. Place your hands back onto your knees. Inhale, raise the shoulders up to the ears. And exhale, roll the shoulder blades back down the spine. Again, inhale, roll the shoulders up to the ears nice and tight. Exhale, roll the shoulder blades back down the spine. Inhale, raise the right arm up to the sky or the ceiling. Arm is nice and straight. Left hand is heavy onto the ground or onto the mat. Really pushing the left hand into the mat. Right arm is straight up into the sky. Then you lower the hand down to tickle the left ear. And then dip the head to the right side. Remember to keep that left hand that's on the mat nice and heavy. And that way you should be feeling a nice stretch happening down the left side of the neck. Hold it here. Nice deep breath in. As you exhale, raise that right hand back up to the sky or the ceiling and then lower the hand down to the mat. Left side, inhale, raise that left hand up to the sky. Arm nice and straight, really reaching from the armpit all the way up. Right hand is down to the mat, pushing the mat away. And then lower that left hand down to tickle the right ear and dip that head to the left side. Remember to keep that right hand nice and heavy so you can feel the stretch down the right side of the neck. Nice deep breath in. As you exhale, you're going to raise that left arm back up to the sky and then place it down onto the mat. Taking that right hand now behind the back in line with the spine and your left hand over to that right knee. Take a nice deep breath in. As you exhale, turn your gaze to look over at the right shoulder. Nice deep breath in. As you exhale, slowly release, coming back to the center. Take your left hand, place it behind you in line with the spine, and your right hand over to your left knee. Take a deep breath in, and on the exhale, gaze at the left shoulder. Deep breath in, coming back to the center and shaking it off. You're going to place your right hand down to the mat, and you're going to sweep with that right hand out to the side with the intention of lowering your right forearm down to the mat. Try to keep both of the hip and the sit bones on the ground. Take your left hand, place it behind the left ear, and then raise that the left elbow up to the sky. So left hand behind ear, left elbow pointing towards the sky. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, you're going to run that left hand from behind the ear up and overhead, really slowly. Nice. Really opening up those side lats and stretching the external obliques. Nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, very slowly and gently, bring that left hand out in front of you, sweep it all the way forwards as you lower the left hand down to the left side. Take your right hand to behind your ear and lower the left forearm down to the mat. Take a nice deep breath in, raise that right arm up to the sky, and as you exhale, you're going to sweep that right hand from behind the right ear up and overhead. Try to keep the sit bones nice and heavy. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, very slowly begin to sweep that right hand out in front of you, following the thumb all the way around until you come and place your hands on your knees. Sun's in my eye. Hands are down onto the knees. I'm going to just do some rotations in the back. So very gently using the hands that are on the knees, so you're helping to create some flexion in the spine. Nice extensions and flexions here, going around in circles. Try to keep the hips nice and heavy onto the mat, maybe go in the opposite direction, creating nice movement in the back and the joints. Very, very good. And then you're going to come up to your tabletop. So if you're not familiar, up onto all fours. So your hands are directly underneath the shoulders and your fingers are spread out wide. Your knees are hip distance apart, the fingers spread out. You're really pushing the arms into the mat. It's like you want to make your shoulders away from your ears. And you're going to do a few rounds of cat-cow. So you're going to inhale through the nose. As you do so, you lift your head up, you arch your spine, you gaze up at the ceiling or the sky. As you exhale, you lower the head down, you tuck the tailbone down, take your chin to chest as you gaze at the navel. Again, inhaling through the nose, lifting the chin, arching the spine. It's like you want to lower your tummy down to the mat. And exhale, lowering the head down, chin to chest, lowering the tailbone, pushing the hands away in the mat. One more time, inhale, lift the head. And exhale, lower the head down. Excellent, rocking forwards and backwards, waking up those wrists. Remember to turn the palms outwards if that feels good and rock from side to side. Or you can turn your palms inwards, rocking side to side. And then your palms backwards, so your fingers pointing towards your knees, in line with the knees, rocking forwards and backwards. Lovely. Bring the hands back to the center into a neutral tabletop, and we're going to float up into our first down dog. You guys already know that I'm not big on just jumping up into downward dog, but instead I like to have the hands and the knees in the correct position. So our hands now are still shoulder width apart, the fingers are spread out wide, and our ears are away from our shoulders. We're tucking our toes under, preparing the heels, preparing the Achilles tendon, and basically rocking forwards and backwards, creating that strength in the arms. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose, and as you exhale, raise the knees up off the mat first. That's creating a strength in the shoulders and in the arms. Push a tailbone to lift up towards the sky or the ceiling. Look back between the knees and then lower the heels down to the mat, lengthening out the arms, pushing up into your downward facing dog. If your heels don't touch the ground just yet, Pedal the feet up and down just to wake up the hamstrings and the calves. And then come to a stationary downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the head and walk the feet to meet the hands as you come into your forward fold. Preferably at the top of the mat, but I'll stand in the center. Allow the body to fold forwards. Maybe hanging onto the elbows, keeping the head nice and heavy as you begin to rock from side to side. Allow the movement to come from the waist. Release the arms down to the mat and slowly begin to draw the body up nice and slowly, keeping the chin to chest so the head is the last thing to come up. You're going to inhale, raise the shoulders up to the ears nice and tight. Exhale, roll the shoulder blades back down the spine. Again, inhale, roll the shoulder blades up to the ears nice and tight. And exhale, roll the shoulder blades back down the spine. The palms are turned out, your toes are touching and your heels are slightly apart. We're going to do one round of sun salutation A. Toes are touching, your gaze is forwards, your sternum is lifted, shoulders are relaxed. Gazing forward, focusing on the breath. You're going to inhale and sweep both hands up to the ceiling or the sky. Place the palms together and gaze at the thumbs. Nice deep breath in. As you exhale, open the hands and swan dive forward, coming into your forward fold, placing the hands on the shins, on the toes, or down into the mat. Inhale, come up to the fingertips, so you're halfway lifted. Lift the chin, but have a nice flat back. As you exhale, lower the head down, step the right foot, then the left foot back to come into your high plank. Nice deep breath in here. As you exhale, lower down knees, chest and chin, or chaturanga if that's in your practice. Untuck the toes and push up into your upward facing dog or your baby cobra. Nice deep breath in. Exhale, roll back into your downward facing dog. Hold it here. Nice deep breaths in. Really notice where the body has tension, where you need to stretch. Inhale, lift the head. Walk the feet to meet the hands, return into your forward fold. Head nice and low. Inhale, sweep both hands up to the ceiling or to the sky, palms are touching. And as you exhale, lowering the hands down to heart center and then back by your side. And shake it off. Should be feeling a little bit warmer now. Definitely very toasty. We'll go ahead and we'll do one more sun salutation to get ourselves down onto the mat. A little bit faster this time. Now you should be a bit more familiar with the sequence. So your toes are still touching. Your heels are apart and your palms are faced outwards. Inhale, sweep both hands up to the sky. Palms are touching, gazing at the thumbs. Exhale as you swan dive, coming into your forward fold. Hands on the shins or the mat or the toes. Inhale, come up to your halfway lift. Chin is lifted, nice flat back. Legs are straight. Inhale here. Exhale, lower the head down. Hands on the mat, step or jump back into your high plank and lower down. Knees, chest, chin or chaturanga. Untuck the feet. Inhale, scoot up to your upward facing dog. Exhale, roll back onto the feet into downward facing dog. Hold it here. 2 counts. Inhale, raise that right leg up to the ceiling or the sky. Doesn't matter how far you go. Keep the hips nice and square. Inhale, lift the head, step that right foot in between the hands and lower the left knee down to the mat. Come up to your high lunge, bring the arms up nice and high. Hold it here. Nice deep breath in. As you exhale, you're going to lunge forward, stretching out that left quad. Maybe place the hands on the knee if you find it hard to support. Really sinking into it, opening up the hips today. And then place that left hand down to the mat. Place your right hand onto that right knee. And you're going to step or push that right knee out to the side, leaning onto the left arm. Maybe turn your gaze behind you. And then come back to the center. Place both hands by your foot. Come up to a high lunge, so your left foot onto your tiptoe. Step that right foot back to meet the left, so you're now in a high plank. Lower down, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, scoop up to upward facing dog or baby cobra. Exhale, float back into downward facing dog. Really nice, just 2 counts here. Inhale, raise the left leg up nice and high. Step that left foot in between the hands. Lower the right knee down to the mat. Low lunge. Nice deep breath in. As you exhale, sink a bit deeper into that left knee. So you're lunging forward, really stretching out that right quad and the right hip flexor. Try to keep the back nice and straight and the shoulders relaxed. Place that right hand down to the mat, left hand onto the inside of the left knee, and push that left knee out to the side, placing the body weight onto the right hand. Maybe gaze behind you if that feels good. Nice. And then come back, framing the front foot. Come up to the tiptoes of the right, so you're now into your high lunge. Step the left foot back to meet the right, returning to your high plank. Lower down chaturanga, in which case your elbows are tucked into the body and you're lowering down with control. Untuck the feet and push up facing dog. Exhale, roll back, downward facing dog. 2 more breaths in. Inhale through the nose. And as you exhale, very gently lift the head and then walk the feet to meet the hands. Return to your forward fold. Toes are touching, head is nice and low. Inhale, sweep the hands up to the ceiling or to the sky, palms are touching. And as you exhale, lower the hands down to heart center and out by your side. And shake it off. Nice, you should be feeling a lot warmer now. So I'm going to come down to a seated position. And I really want us to work on hips today. Hips every day, but more so today. So come to a seated position and prepare to lie on your back. So find a comfortable position. I'm hoping you guys can still hear me, but come to lie on your back. Just like so. Right, you're going to keep your right knee bent and you're going to lengthen out the left leg. It doesn't have to be completely flat, just comfortable enough so that you can feel the ground. So your right knee is bent and your left leg is straight. Now I want you to bend your right knee into the body. You can start by interlacing your fingers around that right knee and pulling that right knee into the right shoulder. It might feel good to pulse it, so releasing and then pulling again. Try to do this motion with the breaths. As you inhale the nose, exhale, draw the knee into the shoulder. Hold it here. You should feel a nice, gentle stretch at this point, just at the hamstrings, right into the hip flexor, deep into the psoas. Your hands are interlocked around that knee. You're just drawing that knee into the shoulder. And what we're going to do is you're going to lift that foot up. So you're opening out the legs, almost like a half happy baby pose. So you're lifting that leg up. Take your right hand and place your right hand at the sole of the foot. If you can't get there, then just place it onto the ankle, wherever feels good for you. Ideally using your right hand inside the leg and grabbing the sole of the foot. Same technique, but this time taking your left hand on top of your right hand and drawing that knee into the body. Try to keep the sole of the foot facing upwards as you use your arms and your hands to draw the knee into the body. Remember to do it with your breath. So take a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, you draw that knee into the body and hold. Getting really deep into the hips now, really opening up the hip flexors. Stretching out that psoas, really nice. One more deep breath in. And as you exhale, very gently and slowly release the hands down to the mat and lower the leg. And lengthen it out onto the mat. Legs open slightly wide. Going to your left side now. So you're bending that left knee. Interlace the fingers around the left knee. And you're going to tuck that left knee into the left armpit as close as possible. This might be a good enough stretch. You might want to hang out here for a little while. Just opening up the hips. Taking a nice deep breath in. As you exhale, you're sinking that knee a little bit deeper into the shoulder. And then gently raise that left foot. Take your left hand on the inside of the foot and hold onto the sole of the foot. If you can't reach the sole of the foot, grab onto the ankle. Then take your right hand over and place it on top of the left and draw that knee into the shoulder. You're feeling a nice deep stretch now, just underneath, like all of the hamstrings, a little bit into the adductors, hip flexors, everything. It's such a nice stretch for the hips, especially if you've been sat down all day, loafing, lounging, chilling. It's really nice. The main thing is not to hold your breath when you feel the stretch in the hips. It's good to just use your exhalation to sink deeper. And then very gently release, place the hands down to the mat, and then your legs and your feet down to the mat as well. Might feel good to draw both knees into the chest and rock from side to side, like a counter pose for the hips, going around in small circles. Lovely. And then rocking forwards and backwards until you come up into a seated position on the mat. So your legs are crossed and you're facing the short edge of the mat. I want to work a little bit on spine mobility today. We usually do a lot of twists and lots of gentle thoracic spinal twists. I'm going to try a different twist today. It's quite a complex twist and it's kind of hard to explain. So what I'll do is I'll show you first, and then together we'll do left side and right side. So what it consists of is you'll have to start by lying on your tummy. Okay, so everyone, maybe don't practice it just yet, you just watch so you know what to do. So you're lying on your tummy to start, and your hands are out wide. If you don't have the space, then put them in a cactus position, but ultimately the arms are out nice and wide. And then your right arm, you're going to bend it so it comes into a cactus, and you're going to bend your right knee. Okay, ideally your head is on the ground, but for the sake of the video, so I can show you, your head is lifted. So your left arm is straight, your right arm is bent, and your right knee is bent. What you're going to do is you're going to keep that left arm out nice and straight, and you're going to send the right foot over to the left side. So try to keep your shoulders nice and close to the ground. Send that right foot over the body, so your body is now rolling onto the shoulder, and you're lowering that right foot down to the mat. Try to keep the head nice and heavy, and you're rolling onto the shoulder. And then slowly come back. This is a really great stretch if you've got tight pecs. I always feel this when I do it in the morning. It's great for guys, it's great for girls, it's great for the shoulders. So we'll go ahead and we'll do it together. So if you come to a lying down position, so you should be on your tummy. Okay. Your arms are now out beside you. Okay, we'll go and we'll start with our right side. So we're going to bend our right arm. Right arm is bent and it's on the mat. Left arm is nice and straight. Going to bend that right knee. Okay, try to keep that left shoulder nice and close to the mat, because we're going to roll onto that left arm. So taking the right foot, lift the leg up, and you're going to bring that right foot over across the body onto the left side. Use your body to roll onto that left arm. Keep your head onto the mat. Try to place the foot onto the ground, really twisting onto the shoulder, opening up the pecs, a little bit into the rhomboids. Hold it here for 3 more counts. And then slowly bring that right leg back around, come to lie on the mat. Excellent. I'm really hoping you guys was able to experience that stretch. It's so good for the back and for the shoulders. Let's try it on the other side. So that right arm now is out nice and straight, and the left hand or the left arm is bent. You're going to bend the right knee. Okay, the right knee is bent, and the left knee is bent, and the right arm is out straight. Okay, left knee bent. You're going to send that left foot over now, across the body, over onto the right side, rolling onto the right arm. So that right arm is out nice and straight. The head is on the mat, really opening up the shoulder girdle here. Nice twist through the spine. Hold it here for a few more counts. Nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, very slowly bring that left foot back over so you come to lie on your tummy. Nice. Place both hands behind the head, and then just raise the head and lift the elbows off the mat. It's just neutralizing our twist. And lower the hands down to the mat, head on the ground. Really good, guys. Excellent. Slowly use the hands that are by your side to push the body back up. So now you're up on your knees, sitting on the heels. If sitting on the heels isn't comfortable and you have a cushion nearby, a block, a book, you can slide that just underneath the bottom above the heels. We're going to do one more back extension as we come into camel pose. So our knees are out slightly wide. We're going to come up to the knees, tuck the tailbone in. So there's a nice long line of energy stacked, so your knees are stacked just beneath the hips. Your gaze is forwards. Now you're gonna, what we always practice, that inhaling, raising our shoulders up to the ears. You're gonna do that again. So you're gonna inhale, raise the shoulders up to the ears. As you exhale, roll the shoulders back down the spine. Leave it there and place your left hand down to the left heel. Same technique on the right side. Inhale, roll the hand and place your right hand down onto your right heel. Doesn't matter if you can't get all the way, go as far as feels comfortable. If your hands are resting on the heels, you're going to lift the sternum nice and high, draw the hips out in front of you and lower the head back. Really lengthening through the back, stretching out the chest and the pecs, drawing the shoulders together. And then slowly release. Coming to sit down onto the heels. Bringing the hands out in front of you for a counter twist. Opening the knees out nice and wide and coming into your child's pose. So your arms are out nice and long. Knees are out width the length of the mat. Toes are touching. And you're going to lower down into your child's pose. Feel the lengthening in the spine. Slowly crawl the hands back into the body. And come back to your seated position at the middle of the mat with your legs crossed. My dog's gone walkies on his own. Legs are crossed. Really nice. Taking that right hand behind the back again in line with the spine, and your left hand over to your right knee, and turning to gaze over the right shoulder. You may notice how this is a little bit easier now as you've kind of warmed up the back and you've given it lots of movement, create lots of motion. And take your right hand over to your left knee and your left hand behind the back in line with the spine. Turn your gaze, look over at the left shoulder. And then back to center. Inhaling, raising the shoulders up to the ears. And exhaling, rolling the shoulders back down the back. Again, inhaling, shoulders up to the ears. Exhaling, shoulders back down the back. Interlace the fingers, push the hands out in front of you, up above. Lower down to the right side. Come back to center, inhale. Exhale, lower down to left side. Inhale, come back to center. Release the hands nice and slowly back down to the knees. Take a few moments here just to allow the benefits of the practice sink in. Some shoulder rolls, maybe some neck twists and turns. Very dynamic stretching today. I hope you guys feel really good. Place your hands together at the heart center. Together we'll just seal in today's practice. Taking a breath in through the nose. Opening the mouth to sigh out. Again, taking a deep breath in through the nose. And opening the mouth to sigh out. Last time, inhaling through the nose. Breathing in lots of love and light and health. Hold it here for a few moments. And open your mouth and sigh it out. Thanks, Milo.